In this episode, you'll hear Ryan talking about Boris Johnson, the F1 race he's been looking forward to, and Ryan going deep into a personal issue he's been having with a member of staff that's just been fired who is also a family member. Let me know what your thoughts are on this episode by leaving a review. Sound like a deal?
Show me the money on Wednesday. If you have a deal right now and you don't know the best way to structure it, if you post a deal in the community group on Facebook called Property Crash Course, Ryan will help you unlock hidden profits and save you from locking yourself into a loss on those bad deals that every property sourcer wants you to buy.
Hey podcasters, I hope everybody is well. Just recording this episode from, from my hotel suite, which is actually my hotel. A deal that we acquired during the pandemic, during the lockdown. I'm actually in the presidential suite now. Recording this podcast for you guys. Apologies for the noise, the background, if you can hear it. I've got the chilly Inventor aircon on, 9,000 BTU. Now, I'll tell you another story about that in another episode. It is quite funny, but this aircon is massive. It's 9,000 BTU. It's very, very big, so it's not really portable. I think I made a mistake there, got one which is too large. Anyway, that's safe for another episode. So first of all, once again, apologies for the background noise. If you can hear it, it's bloody hot. Not the aircon, I mean the temperature right here on the seafront. Big bay windows, there's sun beaming through the windows all day yesterday and into the early hours, and then, the heat and then the humidity, and then this morning again. So aircon is on and it's loud. I've also got a very lively Sphinx cat, a little kitten, 12, 14 weeks old, on me now, biting me, nibbling me. Bloody hell. I'm trying to record this podcast while scratching me to bits. Where are we? Sunday, I think it's the 8th. Let me check the guide. Is it the 8th? Have a look. Oh my God, hold on a second. Oh no, it's the 9th. Get off, cat. Boris. The cat is called Boris Johnson Otto, just so you know. We called it Boris Johnson because I think Boris and Rishi done the most for the country that any government prime minister has ever done, with all of the schemes and the unemployment benefits and the retention scheme and the furloughing and the bounce back loans and everything to keep people and companies and people in business and the doors open, food on people's tables during this pandemic. So yeah, I named my cat, a little kitten, a Sphinx, which is pink, very wrinkly, after Boris Johnson. Boris Johnson Otto. Anyway, Sunday the 9th, I'm looking forward to the Grand Prix today, Silverstone Grand Prix, the 70th milestone race, race, about 50 years. It's 70 years. What an idiot. It's 70 years, sorry. I lost 20 years there, 1950 when the first race was. So it's 70 years. I'm looking forward to that, but waking up this morning, we have one person who just hasn't turned up for work. Housekeeper. Obviously, we run a very, very, very tight ship here. There's probably, with rooms and properties to do, maybe, 5, 6... 7, probably about 10, probably about 16 checkouts to do today, somewhere around 16, and one person hasn't turned up, which is a big knock-on effect for lots of other things. So basically, because she hasn't turned up, and because the way she hasn't turned up, and she let us know about 5 minutes before she was supposed to start, because she didn't let us know yesterday, because we didn't have any cover, my housekeeping manager is very, very strict. The reality is she won't be returning. It really is that simple. She won't be returning because the way that if she would have told us yesterday that she's not coming in, or she might not be coming in, at least we could have had some time to make cover or, bring some cover in. That didn't happen. So yeah, based on that, I don't think she'll be returning. So if anyone's looking for a housekeeping job in Brighton city centre to do Airbnbs, Booking.com properties, hotel suites, student accommodation, ensuite rooms in shared professional houses, let me know by hitting me up on here or anywhere on social. Also, somebody else which is problematic today. Today is just basically an episode about problems, which are also challenges, which are also opportunities, which also help you grow and gain wisdom and knowledge, etc., etc. Which, as it happens, I have that tattooed on my body. Yeah, on my ribcage, on my body, I have that tattooed. Problems and challenges are opportunities to help me grow, develop, and gain true wisdom. So, couldn't have said it better myself, which I did 9 years ago when I had it tattooed on my body in Disneyland in America by, who did it? A friend of mine from the tattoo shop. What's it called? The one on TV? Inked. Do you remember Inked, guys, from like a decade or 15 years ago? It's a guy called Jerome Swarston. He was like the main tattooist on Inked. I flew to America a long time ago now. Spent a couple of days. Actually, no, I spent more than that over there. But I spent a day or so with him. Or it was over 2 days, I think. No, it was 1 day. It was over 1 day, that tattoo. And yeah, he did some tattoos for me. And he also did a free one on my chest. My children's names on my chest, a free one. So yeah, really appreciate that. It's funny how it links back to what I'm talking about today. Problems, challenges, and opportunities. Anyway, digression slightly. So going backwards before we go forwards, I hired a driver last week on... Well, they started on Monday. So today it's Sunday. So they haven't even finished their first week yet. Okay? So hired a driver. What did they get? They got a very good salary, around about £1,500 a month. They also got insurance paid on the car for the year, and they're quite young, so the insurance is expensive. It was about £1,200 a year. That's paid as well, so that brings the 15 up to about 1650, something like that. All the fuel paid, and they can use it socially for themselves as well. What's that? That's got to be £100 a month. So we're on £1,700 a month there. They got the car, which is a BMW X3 M Sport Black, fastest car they've ever had, best car they've ever had. That's their car. I don't know. What's that? That's got to be £100 a month if you financed it. So we're at £1,800 a month now. And they also got a room in a shared house that we've had renovated not too long ago, which normally rents for about $550. But I did it half the price, more or less, or normally about $600 with the bills. I did it for $300. So let's add that $300, which is a loss for me. They actually get back in their pocket because they're paying half the rent. So that $1,800 plus the $300 they save there is what? £2,100. Let me ask you a question. Are you and your family prepared for when the economy crashes and your bank balance goes to zero? In the aftermath of the 2008 property crash, I held a keynote talk in Piccadilly around property investment tactics that work when the economy crashes. And these tactics saved me in the 2008 crash. Let me share them with you real quickly. The first one is buying properties for £1 without getting a mortgage, without putting a deposit down, and without any credit whatsoever. The next strategy is finding properties with £25,000 to £50,000 of instant equity. The next strategy is buying a property today and paying for the property later when it's worth more, a lot more in the future. The next strategy is renting HMOs and student properties and any properties up to 75% below the market rent. This gives you massive cash flow right now. And then the next strategy is raising from £4,000 to £14,000 from properties that you just rent. This can be used as get started cash for whatever you want in your business. Now, I created a free training to walk you through the only strategies that will save your bank balance from going to zero. I'm serious. If you just go to www.propertycrashcourse.com and tell me where to send this free training. A month. That's the package, what it's worth, okay? And an instant job like that. I don't know if that's not enough for any of you guys, for a 22-year-old man who hasn't been to college, who hasn't been to uni, who hasn't sort of started their career, doesn't really know what they want to do, worked in coffee shops and Greggs and things like that and done a bit of labouring. I think that's a very good package, £2,100 a month. Anybody on there would like that package? I'm now re-recruiting for somebody else to start because they didn't get past the first week. So if anybody wants that job, hit me up on social, on here, leave me a review and your details, whatever you want to do, and I'll have my team contact you. So, the plot thickens. It's actually a family member as well. So it's actually a family member, which makes this a bit more difficult, but at the same time, I can't change who I am because I'm employing a family member. Maybe I'm even harsher with a family member because you just want the best for them. So you want them to learn the quickest and the fastest and, avoid the mistakes, etc. So maybe you are a bit more harsh on them, or maybe I am, instead of being too soft on them because you want that person to grow and learn and develop and gain the skills so they can provide for themselves and stand on their own 2 feet as quick as possible. So yeah, maybe I am a bit harsh on them in that sense with like 0 warnings, etc. Because it's like a serious breach to me in my mind what's actually happened today. So just thinking about it, what I forgot to say is that person, the role, is also an apprentice. They're also an apprentice. When you think of the word apprentice, the salary is £4.15 an hour. They get over double that. So they're also an apprentice to drive, pick things up, drop things off, do a bit of handiwork, put some door handles on, dropping some keys off, running around, picking bits up, dropping TVs off, dropping off linen, picking up linen, laundry. All of those things at the same time. An apprentice. Shadowing me, coming to meetings, listening to how I structure deals, meeting some of the landlords, investors, some of the agents I work with, just being present with those conversations, which I know are the most valuable things in business. It may not seem the most valuable thing to them, but when they're around it, when they hear, when they just listen to the deals and the calculations and the numbers and the negotiations, how you talk and how you communicate with the people, what you say to them, what you don't say to them, language patterns, body language, all of these things are things that you need to know to tick all the boxes to be able to do deals, to be successful in property as an investor. You can't just read something on the internet or have one little training program online or watch a video and be well-rounded and have everything. You've got to live it, breathe it, see it, feel it, taste it, listen to it, make mistakes. It pisses you off, it upsets you, gets you emotional, satisfies you, pisses you off sometimes. You need to be in the trenches, shadowing the person who's in the trenches doing the deals, which is me. So the bonus, the benefit they got, which is invaluable or is priceless, is mentorship.
Make sure you've subscribed, because tomorrow you'll get problems, challenges, and opportunities on Thursday. Every Thursday, Ryan takes you deep inside his business, sharing his problems, walks you through his challenges, talks about the opportunities that you only find once you've broken through the wall. That's the secret that every entrepreneur discovers, because the biggest problem in your business today usually becomes your greatest opportunity and asset tomorrow.
It's mentorship, it's coaching, it's training, it's the apprentice. And, people have paid thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds across the course of the year to spend a week with someone, maybe once a month, one day or one, not a lot of time at all, or some coaching webinars, etc., etc. Spent thousands, 10,000s, double figures just to be on the receiving end of that information. I was giving it away for free to my apprentice, my family member, my nephew, my driver, who's also getting paid to learn about this business. Anyway, so as it happens, he goes out drinking last night. He knows when he has to be in today. He knows that he's got the car. He knows he's got all the keys to the property because that's his job. He knows he had to be somewhere at 9 a.m. this morning. I mean, I don't give a fuck if it's Sunday and it's 9 a.m. But if they do, they should not have signed up for the job. Or they need to make sure that they do whatever they're doing on Saturday night and they're ready for work at 9 a.m. on Sunday morning. That's it. I have zero tolerance. That's it. It's up to them. Take it or leave it. There's nothing in between. So, 9 o'clock comes. No message, no nothing. Can't find the person. 9:15 comes. My housekeeping manager, my manager is calling him, trying to find out where he is. There's people waiting. They need bedding picked up, dropped off for the cleaners, for the housekeepers. So it's all delivered to the properties, and he's nowhere to be seen. 9:30, same thing. Message, texting, calling, nothing at all. Around about 10:15, which is about 25 minutes ago, a message from him saying something on the lines of, I went out drinking, I need some sleep, I'm hungover, can I just do it later? Massive mistake. First week, 6th day, that's it, it's the end, it's finished. When someone shows that lack of respect for the job they've just been given, valued at £2,100 a month, with a car, with the insurance paid, with the fuel paid, with about £1,500 a month, with half price rent in one of my properties, it's just a no-brainer, and I have zero tolerance. So unfortunately, 2 people got fired today. One housekeeper who didn't turn up, who also didn't say she was ill until 5 or 7 minutes before she's supposed to be at the property, doesn't leave us any time to find somebody else. And on the same day, Sunday the 9th, my apprentice, my mentee, my nephew, my driver, my family member, which is a real shame, obviously has to be fired as well today. So sometimes that's just how things are. But there is always opportunities in this. Maybe the housekeeper will find something better. Maybe she's already found something better, and this is the excuse for her to get out of working today. Maybe this is her telling me that she wants to leave, but she doesn't want to say she wants to leave. She wants to do it like this, so we say she has to leave. Maybe that's what's happening here. I don't know. But anyway, that's happened. Maybe that's the backstory that I don't know about with her. The next thing, my nephew, maybe he's just not really up for this type of work, this job. And once again, that's absolutely fine. Better to communicate it instead of just not turning up on the Sunday, the busiest day, and having the car, having the keys. So now no one else has got access to the car. No one else has got access to the keys. So right now we have to jump in taxis to move bedding around between, I don't know, however many properties today, half a dozen that need bedding, I'm not sure. And there's already housekeepers there which are waiting with no bedding. So yeah, massive problem with knock-on effects. Maybe the opportunity here is he didn't really want to do the job. He mentioned the other day that he wants to go traveling in the first week. I said to him, okay, doesn't sound like you're that committed. Let's just see how committed you are. That was my exact words, because I had the seed of doubt in my mind from the conversations we had at the table on Friday just gone, and now it's Sunday. And now the day of reckoning is Sunday, where that's the end of the road, unfortunately. That opportunity has been revoked. So, yeah, my family may have something to say about it. Maybe they'll agree with me. Maybe they'll think I'm too harsh, but just can't have it. Just cannot have it in business. That unreliability. You cannot have that lack of respect, that lack of regard. It's bad for the whole team. It's bad for the company. It's bad for business. And it's bad for me as well. It just doesn't work. So my company, I can choose who I want to employ, who I don't want to employ, who I want to give a fantastic bonus and benefit package to, who I want to invest my time and energy into with mentoring and training to show them how the business works. They can make money. I have no interest in wasting my time with someone that doesn't deserve it or doesn't want it or who isn't that committed. So anyway, that's like a little rant stroke problems today that's happened immediately, Sunday the 9th of August. Anyway, on a lighter note, I hope everybody is well. I am looking forward to the Grand Prix. Sorry about the aircon in the background. Maybe it's been making a humming noise, but I'm nice and cool now. Anyway, have a lovely remainder of the weekend. Talk to you soon.
He's a #1 Amazon bestseller. He's an NLP manipulator. He's a property course seller. He's a Lamborghini driving multi-millionaire property guru. Forget that same old boring I am me narcissistic podcast format, because nobody gives a fuck. This podcast is all about you. So I'm taking these few seconds to thank you for subscribing, to thank you for leaving your 5-star reviews, and thank you for sharing this show with all of your friends. My team and I will keep bringing you these episodes and answering all of your burning questions in my Facebook community group called Property Crash Course. If you can just keep telling all of your friends about this show.